What's up, everybody? Welcome to Maths with Gaston. I am Gaston Mapala, right here at Maths with Gaston. Today, let's have a look at question 1, November 2022, Maths paper 1, grade 11. Okay, there was no way we were going to do this mathematics and leave grade 11 out. Okay, so we're gonna do grade 11 from 2022 up until 2020. Starting from question 1, we're gonna do all the paper, and also we're still going to do also paper 2 as well. So you might want to subscribe to this channel. Please make sure that you subscribe, and thank you very much for supporting this channel. We'll continuously put out more videos and to also assist each other when it comes to mathematics. All right, okay, so today we are busy with question 1. Let's have a look at question 1 right here. We are given an equation right here. Square root of 3 minus x is equals to 2x minus 3. They want us to find if the roots are natural. Determine the values of x for square root of 3 minus 3 if it's rational, and also 1.1.2 they want us to find out if the roots are real. 1.5, x is less than 1.5 but greater than 1.5 or less or equals to 3 rather. Okay, great stuff. So now let's move here right along, come and deal with question 1.1. okay, therefore 1.1, let me just try to position here correctly. 1.1 1.1, right? So if the roots are real, if the roots are natural and real, so therefore this means that this will only occur when x is equals to 2 and x is equals to 3. Okay, let's try them out. On this one, under square root of 3 minus x, when we substitute, we're gonna put 2 there, is going to be 3 minus 2 is going to give us 3 minus 2 square root of 1. Therefore square root of 1 is equals to 1. Okay, and then same thing would apply here. When x is equals to 3 is going to be 3 minus x, where in the space of x we're going to put 3 minus 3 is going to be square root of 0. So the answer is 0. Okay, all right, the answer is square root of 0. The answer is 0. Okay, there you go. Okay, so therefore we will agree that x is equals to 2 or x is equal to 3. Okay, all right, for 1.1.2, okay, 1.1.2, it says that we need to, if x is the element of all real numbers, prove that x is less or equal to 1.5, greater or equal to 1.5, and less or equal to 3. Okay, so what we will do here in this case, we just gonna take our equation as it is here. Okay, and then we need to set up inequality signs, because this is just simple algebra. So we're gonna set up our inequality signs. Here is gonna be 3 minus x is going to be greater or equal to 0, or 2x minus 3 is going to be greater or equal to 0. Remember, the reason we're saying greater or equals to 0 is because we need to prove that these are real numbers. So real numbers is anything that is greater or equal to 0. They start from 0, all the real numbers. Okay, so now moving right along, we need to simplify here. We need to solve for x. I'm gonna take greater or equals to minus 3. You know, guys, with inequalities, whenever you divide by a negative number, the inequality sign needs to change and face the other way. I'm gonna have 3. Okay, same thing applies here. We need to solve 2x. I'm gonna take 3 to the other side. It's going to be 3 divided by 2 divided by 2. X is greater or equals to 3 over 2. Okay, and that's how you would deal with this one, guys, just to prove that for which values of x do we have all real numbers. Okay, great stuff. So now let's move on to 1.2. Excuse me, 1.2. 1.2 said we need to solve for values of a and b. Okay, they already given us the equation here. 3a minus 8 in brackets. They said 2b plus 7 is equal to 0. Okay, great stuff. So now here we need to solve. We're gonna come here and say 3a minus x is equals to 0, or 2b plus 7 is equals to 0. Okay, so 3a is equals to 8, then you divide by 3 both sides. A is equals to 8 over 3, or b, in this case you're gonna take 2b takes minus 7 is gonna go to that other side, divided by 2 divided by 2. B therefore is equal to negative 7 over 2. Okay, and that's how you would deal with a question like this one. Now let's move right along to question 1.3. Guys, if you've got questions, please make sure that you leave your questions on the comment section below, and I will definitely try to sort it out with you guys together. All right, good stuff. Let's move to 1.3. 1.3 says solve for x. So now we are given 1.3.1. Solve for x. The equation here is 4x squared minus 220x plus 1 is equals to 0. Therefore, they are saying correct it to 2 decimal place. Whenever you see these guys, it simply means you need to use the x, the quadratic equation rather. Okay, so when you see this, we know that we're going to use x is there on our formula sheet. X is equals to minus b plus or minus. Okay, let me make this clear, guys, because let me make this clear. Plus or minus, let's say plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, so this is a here. Okay, let me just mark them. I think I should mark them with a different color. A is this one, b is this one, c is that one. Okay, so I hope you guys can see there. Why is this so? Why am I saying it's like this? Remember, guys, the general equation of a quadratic is given by ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, so that's where now you're going to deal with this one. All right, okay, so b is what? It's minus 20. I'm gonna come here and say minus into minus. Oh, no, we need to put a negative there. This 20 is not positive, is negative, so you say minus 20 plus or minus square root. Okay, inside the square root we've got minus 20 squared minus 4. A is what? Is 4. C is equals to 1 all over 2 multiplied by 4. Now if you put this in your calculator, you should be able to get x. Okay, is x is equal to positive 20 plus or minus square root of 384 divided by 8. Okay, therefore x in our calculator, we're gonna say with the plus is going to give us 4.95, or when it's minus is going to give us x is equals to 0.05. Okay, and that's how you deal with this question using the quadratic solving for x equation to solve for x on this one. Okay, so now let's move to 1.3.2. 1.3.2 are given x plus 1 and then x minus 3 greater than 12. Okay, so now when it's like this, we need to multiply throughout and remove the bracket. Let's go ahead and multiply throughout to remove the bracket so that we can be able to accommodate the 12. So removing the bracket, we know, guys, binomial x times x is going to give us x squared. Then x times negative 3 is going to be negative 3x. 1 times x is going to be plus x, and 1 times negative 3. Negative 3, I'm going to take the 12 that side, is going to be 12 greater than 0. I must make sure I don't run out of space here. Okay, and therefore we are going to have we're gonna have, let me just put this thing here. Okay, we are going to have x squared negative 3 plus x is gonna be negative 2x. Then we're gonna have negative 1,5 greater than 0. So as you can see, guys, this is a trinomial. We need to factorize the term. What are the two numbers? When you multiply them together, they give you 15, but when you add them together, they must give you 2. Okay, and then it's 5 and 3. Therefore the sign, the bigger number takes the sign of the middle term rather. Okay, there you go. So x minus 5 or greater than 0 rather. Oh god, I'm moving too quick, and so that's why I'm making so many mistakes. Okay, greater than 0 or x plus 3 greater than 0. Therefore x is greater than 5 or x is greater than negative 3. Okay, and that's how you will deal with a question like this one, guys, on equalities. Now let's move to 1.3.1.3. okay, 1.3.3. great stuff. Okay, all right, so therefore let's go do this one. What you have here, you have got x minus square root of 5 plus x is equals to 7. Okay, what we do here, guys, what to do here, what you can do here, you can take this as the ones with the square root that side and then take 7 that side. Right, great stuff. So it's going to be 7 minus x minus 7 is equals to square root of 5 plus x. Therefore you say square everything, therefore you're going to have x minus 7. Therefore this side you're only gonna have 5 because the square root is going to go away. Therefore here we need to remove the bracket here, guys. Let me just try to divide this. Okay, okay, I'm running out of space here, guys, so I'm just gonna put a line here to separate the two so that you can see them. All right, so we need to remove the bracket here. Binomial x times x is going to be x squared minus 7x, negative 7x, negative 7x. Negative 7 times negative 7 is going to give us plus 49. Okay, we bring 5 this side, negative 5, and therefore negative x is equals to 0. Okay, great stuff. Now we need to simplify this. We're going to have x squared minus 14x. Okay, got another negative x here. Therefore this is going to be plus 49 minus 5 is going to give us 44 is equals to 0. I'm gonna bring it down here, guys, just for the sake of space. We're gonna have x squared minus 15x plus 14. It should be equal to 0. What are the two numbers? When we multiply them together, they give us 44, but when we add or subtract them, they must give us 15. So the only numbers I can think of, it's 11 and the 4 as well. So x will be x here, and therefore because here it's a positive number, I think it's negative and negative, because when you say negative 12, negative 4 plus negative 11 is going to give us 15. Therefore once you are here, you can say x is equals to 4 or x is equals to 11. Okay, if you've got any question, guys, on this one, please make sure that you leave the comment on the comment section below. Please subscribe to this channel, as I'll be making more videos on this one, and make sure that you stay tuned, because we'll definitely do question 1 of November 2020. We'll try to see the similarities on these questions as well. All right, and that's it. Let's move now to question 1.4. All right, welcome to 1.4 of November 2022, question 1, grade 11. Okay, let's see here. They are saying that if x is equals to 3 and y is equals to a, certify the equations x minus y is equals to 1 and x squared minus 3 xy plus by squared minus 5. Okay, something looks like yeah, it looks like simultaneous equation, but the examiner tried to be a bit clever here on this one. Okay, let's move right along. 1.4.1, I said determine the value of x of a and b. Okay, all right. Okay, let's see what we have here. It says that x is equals to 3, y is equals to a. Okay, so now the first equation that we are given is x minus y is equals to 1. Okay, so therefore this is equation number 1. All right, let's see where there's let's substitute here. Let's substitute this x and y on this equation. X is equals to 3, y is equals to a, therefore everything is equals to 1. Therefore I can take 3 to that side so that we are able to solve for a. Okay, all right, or I can take a this side, take a this side, take 1 that side. Okay, so it's going to be 3, 1 goes that side is going to be negative, a when it comes to this side is going to be positive, therefore a is going to be equals to 2. Okay, and that's how you would solve this one as well. Okay, let's go move right along and come here and solve for b. So we're going to solve for b using equation number 2. Okay, gonna solve for b. Equation number 2 says x squared minus 3xy plus by squared is equals to negative 5. Okay, we already know x is given to us by x is equals to 3, s is equals to 3. Where there's x we put 3. We're gonna put 3 here. Where there's y, where there is y, we're going to put a, but a we know that y and a they are equal, and we already know that a is equals to 2, therefore it means also y is equals to 2. Okay, good stuff. Easy guys, and it requires you to use intuitive thinking so that we are able to get around problems like this one. Okay, so now we just have to simplify this one. 3 squared 9, 3 times 3 9, and then times 2 is going to be 18. Okay, 2 squared 4 times b is going to be 4b. Then this plus 5 here you can bring it. Okay, let's leave it like that. This minus 5 will stay here, therefore we're gonna have negative 9. Yeah, it's gonna be negative 9. Then we're gonna take the 9 that side. Let's see, negative 5, take the 9 that side, gonna be left with 4b this side. Is gonna be negative 5 plus 9, which is going to give us 4b is equals to 4. Divide everything by 4 on both sides, therefore b is equal to 1. Okay, great stuff. Now we already know the value of a and b, and then the next question says that we need, otherwise the solution to the equation, if one solution is 3, this 3 is x, and then this other one is y. All right, okay, so 1.4.2. okay, it means now we need to come to our equation. We know what is b, so we're gonna, equation number 1 is given by y is equals to 1. This is our equation number 1, and then x squared minus 3xy plus b is equals to 1, therefore it's going to be y squared is equals to minus 5, therefore we're going to have 2 there. And then let's see what we can do here. We need to make x or y subject to the formula here so that we are able to deal with this equation to solve it simultaneously. So I'm going to say x is equals to y plus 1. This would be equation number 3. Therefore I will tell the person who's going to mark my paper that we're going to substitute equation number 3 into equation number 2. Okay, so where there's x, this is what we're gonna put. So already first thing here, there's x squared, so we're gonna put y plus 1 squared minus 3. Where there's x, we're putting this one, so there's gonna be 3y here. It's gonna be y plus 1. Great stuff. Okay, plus y squared, am I right? Yes, plus y squared is equals to minus 5. Therefore we're going to have to expand this y plus 1, close bracket, y plus 1. Therefore minus 3y, y plus 1 in bracket, plus y squared is equals to minus 5. Therefore remove the bracket here, y times y squared, plus y times y, then we're gonna have 2y plus 1. I'm moving a little bit quick, guys. Please make sure that you follow. Remove the bracket, binomial. I'm assuming that you guys should know this by now. 3y plus y squared. Therefore take minus 5 to the other side, make everything equal to 0. Okay, there you go. So now what do we have here? We have got y squared here. We've got another minus 3 squared here. We've got another y squared here. So this y and this y squared is going to be 2y squared. 2y squared minus 3y squared is going to give us negative y squared. Okay, then I've got positive 2y there minus 3y there is going to give us minus y, and then we've got 1 there, and then a 5 is going to give us plus 6 is equals to 0. We need to multiply throughout with a negative 1 here, because we're not gonna be able to factorize if there's a negative there. It's not, doesn't look familiar. So multiply by a negative times negative, positive times negative, negative 6 is equals to 0. So what we did here, guys, we multiplied by negative 1 to get this here. Okay, so now once it's like this, we can factorize. You can come here and say y. What are the two numbers? When you multiply them together, they give you 6. Okay, that's 3 and 2. Okay, therefore the sign of the middle term determines the bigger number, which is positive minus. Therefore y is equals to minus 3, or y is equals to 2. All right, and that's how you would deal with a question like this one, guys. Let me not forget, I'm forgetting something here. We need to substitute back. We need to sub back into which equation here? Let's say into equation 3 to get x. Okay, when y is equals to negative 3, is gonna be negative 3 plus 1. It gives us negative 2. I'm writing a little bit smaller here, guys. I'm out of space. Therefore when x y is equals to 2, therefore x is equals to 3. Okay, great stuff, guys. And this is how you would deal with a question like this one. Let's move right along and do question 1.5. all right, 1.5, we are given that x plus 1 x squared, it is a quadratic equation, this one, plus 2 px, and then they want us to determine the value of p if the roots of the equation are equal. Okay, all right, let's go. All right, let's go 5.1.5.1. all right, so now this equation here, guys, don't be confused, please, guys. Stick with the basics. If you stick with the basics, you shouldn't have any problems, guys, trust me. And then your grade 12 should be simple and straightforward. But I am gonna show you here, because I know most of us, when we see something like this, now we start thinking, oh, what the hell is this, guys? Let me choose a different color here to illustrate this. Okay, let me go for green. Okay, here this thing, guys, here is the same as saying a x squared plus bx plus c. Is exactly the same way, where a is equal to that, can you see, b is equals to 2p in this case, and then c is equals to p plus 2. And that's it, guys. Simple, straightforward, no need to worry. Okay, so now when they say roots, when they refer to roots, remember on the quadratic equation there's that part that is inside the square root. Okay, yes, exactly, guys. The one that is in this equation, man, where is that equation? Let me just put it up here. The one that is in this equation, that quadratic equation, the one we use if we have to solve for x, b squared minus 4a all over Yeah, 2a. Ne? Why is this thing called inside a square roots? Because these are the roots. Okay, so now what do? You just come here and said, okay, if this what is inside the square root is referred to as roots, therefore this is what we're going to do. We're going to take exactly that part that is inside the square root and solve for it. Okay, guys. Okay. All right. So let's go back to our original color. Every time, guys, a question says to you roots, this is what you use. Okay. They won't tell you this, but I'm saying it to you now. One of the benefits of subscribing to this channel, I guess. Yeah. So if when you see a question referring to any question whatsoever, immediately when they say roots, this is what you use. Okay. Great stuff. So now let's come here and see how we're going to apply this roots equation in order for us to be able to solve this one. So what do? We need to substitute whatever is here. So we already know b is 2p. It's going to be b squared minus 4. A is p plus 1. C is p plus 2. Therefore, we need to solve for p now. Okay. When the roots are equal, it means now this whole equation needs to be equal to 0. So guys, they're not only going to ask you if roots are equal. Sometimes they would ask you if roots are unidentifiable, if roots are non-real, if roots are rational, things like this. So please make sure that you revise those things. I know you guys did them in grade 9 and grade 10. All right. Yeah, but if you stay on this channel, we'll definitely revise that as well while we're busy with these past papers. All right. So this is we have to be equal to 0 so that the roots are equal and real. Okay. So therefore, I'm going to have 4 squared p. Here we need to remove the bracket. When you remove the bracket, p times p is going to be p squared. P times 2p is going to be 2p. P times 1 is going to give us p. 1 times 2 is going to give us 2. Close bracket. All right. So now let's continue. 4p squared minus 4p squared. Then for this will give us 3p. Then it's going to be 3 times 4 minus 3 minus 12p. Therefore, 4 times 2 is going to be negative 8. Everything needs to be equal to 0. Negative p, positive p would cancel out. Therefore, we're left with negative 12. Take 8 that side is going to be positive 8. Divide everything by negative 12. P therefore is going to be equal to negative 2 over 3. Okay, and that's how you would deal with a question like this one, guys. Don't forget this formula. Don't forget this formula. Okay, let me put it here. Don't forget this formula, guys. Whenever the question says roots, that's what you use. Great stuff. So now moving right along, let's move to 1.5.2. 1.5.2, it says that determine the values of p where p is not equal to negative 1 so that the above equation has roots which are real, rational, and unequal. Wow. Okay, so now what do you do in this instance? What you do in this instance, guys, you come here, you use this roots equation again. So now, in order for the roots of the equation, let's come here. In order for these roots to be real, rational, and equal, everything needs to be greater than 0. Okay, so I'm not going to go through the whole process of simplifying everything, substituting b again, because we've already done that. So we just know that at the end we have minus 12 p minus 8. Therefore this whole thing needs to be greater than 0. That's what we know. All right, so great stuff. So we're going to solve for p, negative 12 p. Take 8 that side, divided by negative 12. Now I'm writing like, oh Lord. Okay, there you go. Let me just remove that. Great stuff. Negative 12 divided by negative 12. Negative 12, negative would cancel out. If you every time you are using an inequality and then you divide by a negative, it must change and face the other way around. Therefore, you've got 8 all over negative 12. And that's how you would deal with this one. And the negative 12 is equals to how much? Yeah, it's 2 all over 3, negative 3 rather. Okay, and that's how you deal with this one, guys. It was question 1, November 2022, grade 11 maths paper 1, right here at Maths with Gaston. See you on the next upload where we'll be doing question 1, November 2021.